recording. Hi.
Hello.
This is Tim for Precarious Pixels. With me, as always, is...
I'm Bob.
Bob.
I didn't make it weird today.
You didn't? I was the one who was making it weird. But we always make it weird at the beginning. It's how we find our flow.
Yep.
So, this is Precarious Pixels. We talk a lot of stuff. Usually entertainment, media, games, whatever. And we love to talk about stuff that we design and create as well.
We tell you who to vote for.
No, I
don't think we do that.
What, like New Pepsi?
No, like president.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who are you voting for?
Steve Rogers.
That's good.
Yeah.
I heard he's Captain America. He likes to creep up on kids and museums and go, shh. And then that kid was like, I need an adult! I need an adult!
Is that a thing that he does?
Yeah. No, remember, he did in Winter Soldier.
Oh,
he was in like the museum in his little hat, and he's looking at the stuff, the display that was all about himself.
Yeah. It's been like, what, 6 years since that movie came out?
No.
I don't remember that movie.
You don't remember that movie?
Here's what I remember about that movie. Alright, you ready?
It was the best Marvel movie.
They're on the bottom of a plane, and he's fighting Bucky, and he's like, come on, Buck.
Yeah. No, that's not what he says. He's like, I'm with you to the end of the line. And then Bucky was like, I'm going to save this man from the river.
Yeah.
In Washington.
I don't remember anything beyond that.
Really?
I remember Robert Redford bad.
Yeah. Spoilers. Robert Redford bad. Although, he's kind of older now. You should know that. If you saw Endgame, you should know that.
Yeah, him and the guy from the Purge Anarchy, or whatever.
Wait, what?
Was it Frank Grillo? Is that?
Oh yeah, Frank Grillo.
He's also bad.
Yes. But not. I don't think he was bad in The Purge, was he?
No, but he was bad in Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Yeah, he played. Eventually he becomes Crossbones or whatever, but they don't really call him that.
You mean eventually? He becomes it at the end of that movie, and then he's dead.
Within like
30 seconds into the next movie.
Which is what was it, Captain America: Civil War?
Yeah.
Which, let's just call that an Avengers movie.
Yeah, it should have been.
It really should have been. It was good, but that was an Avengers movie. They pretty much, I think they saw that movie and they were like, oh yeah, you can direct all the Avengers movies now.
Yeah, they were watching old episodes of Community and they were like, we like your stuff.
Yeah, we like that Batman episode you did on Halloween.
Yep.
It was good.
Do all of the thing.
Yeah. In fact, I think the guy who wrote the Black Panther theme first got his start on Community. Like, he wrote the music for Community, and then they were like, hey, you want to write the Black Panther theme that every time he walks onto a scene that ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, like that, the Black Panther song? I don't know.
That's the song.
Yes. It goes, Black Panther, he's Guy, this is Wakanda.
That's how it goes?
That's exactly how it goes. I wonder if there is a Black Panther song like that out there.
I'm sure there is.
Like an old one they made.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man.
Or like, I think Captain America one. There's like a Captain America one from like the 40s.
Yeah.
Like, throws his mighty shield. Oh, those who oppose his shield must yield. Like, not even joking, like those are actual words in that song.
I'm just saying, like, they probably didn't have a Black Panther song like that in the 40s.
Well, he didn't come around until the 60s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But probably in the 70s?
Maybe.
Because it had to take a little bit for him to get famous.
Yeah, it's very true. But we're not even supposed to talk about this. So, yeah, Wakanda Forever.
That's right.
Yeah, you couldn't see that because it's a podcast, but Bob was making the Wakanda Forever cross arms.
I wish Winter Soldier could do that.
Oh, sick burn.
Yeah, I'm like that guy from SNL.
Man. But the reason we're talking some Marvel stuff is might be Spider-Man No More, but in the real life, apparently Tom Holland. Well, I don't know if actually even Tom Holland is involved in this kind of thing. It's more of Disney, Sony, Marvel kind of thing, which is it's Disney, probably. They're like, we just got the X-Men back. We don't need...
Well, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Did you look further into it?
No, I didn't.
So, apparently what was happening before was...
It was...
Sony was getting 95% of the gross...
Oh, okay.
For the Spider-Man movies. And Disney was taking 5%, but it was like first day ticket sale, whatever that is. Like, they get their 5% first, which makes no sense, because how do you know it if you don't see the total gross?
Right.
Anyway, I don't understand how that works, but... Yeah. And then Disney was like, hey, you know what, we want 50%.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty big jump, like 10 times what you're getting. Or some people might call it, I don't know, a percentage.
Yes.
It's, what's that, 100,000%? I don't know how that works.
What do you mean?
An increase. No, I mean, it would be 100% times... I'm tired.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to do math.
I don't.
We're not here to do math.
It's a lot of extra.
They wanted more money.
They wanted an extra percentage that was ridiculous, and Sony's like, no, and Disney was like, what?
Yeah.
But we made you. We made you. We gave you this on a silver platter.
Basically, yeah, they kind of fixed their character, but then again, they didn't make Into the Spider-Verse.
They didn't make Into the Spider-Verse, which is, I think, what made Sony cocky.
Yeah.
Because they should have been like, thank you for making this one of the most popular things. Mm-hmm. Because it could have been Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Ugh.
Right? It could have been. It could have easily been.
It could have been.
And they should have said, thank you, we'll split the difference.
That's not
You get... What?
That's not how companies go. They want their money.
But they could have said, you get 25%, we get 75%, we get all the merchandising rights, or whatever, or you get certain merchandising rights, you get the comics, we get the toys.
Yeah, whatever that deal is.
And we still make our game that's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
From the one thing, or now maybe two things, that are keeping Sony afloat. Like, their video game division was the only thing making real money for a while there.
Really?
Their movies were not making money before Marvel got back involved. Like,
but they do. I thought there was other Sony Pictures movies that
there are. They just don't make a lot of money. Mm. And there's a lot of Sony Pictures movies. Oh my god. Sorry, Adam Sandler.
Oh.
That was costing them money for the longest time, and they just kept putting the movies out there. They're like, here you go, here's another Adam Sandler flick. Remember those leaked emails?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were losing a lot of money at that time. So.
Because they were also involved with the Bond stuff too.
Yeah, but I don't
understand how that works, because I always thought that was the Broccoli's, but also
MGM.
MGM.
Yeah, I think MGM UA, like it was United Artists.
Right, United Artists.
I think they still have the name, but whoever bought the rights after MGM went under, because I think Disney only owns certain MGM things, and other people own other MGM.
Oh, okay. So,
I think that's the way it works.
So they bought out certain parts of that company.
Yeah, which is why Disney changed the name whenever they did from MGM Studios to Hollywood Studios, and they just pretended that nobody ever knew that it was MGM.
Right.
Sort of like, a Mandela effect. But it was MGM Studios at one point.
Okay. In
case you're wondering.
Yeah, so, but get back to the point of this is that the Spider-Man movies might be in danger, the Tom Holland version anyways, because, let me tell you, if they can't work out this deal, that Sony's going to make another Spider-Man.
But maybe not with him.
Maybe not, but probably not with Tom Holland.
Poor Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
He's got to die again.
Yeah.
This will make 5?
And
4?
3 times?
No, he's already died. He's dead. He's dead in this one. You haven't seen it, but he's dead.
Yeah, they don't talk about it. Well, Tony Stark is kind of his Uncle Ben in this one.
Yeah, but he's still dead.
Yeah.
Because Aunt May was married.
It's true. But apparently it doesn't matter because, she's got, what's his name? Happy Hogan.
But not anymore.
That's true.
That was just a summer fling.
Favreau's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's got to go with Disney because The Lion King.
Oh, The Lion King.
Well, I mean, they're letting him direct movies over there.
But that made money. There's no denying that Lion King movie didn't make money.
It made money. I think Jungle Book made money. The only one he did that I think lost money was... Didn't he do... Or did they pull him off Tomorrowland? I know he was at one point attached.
It was Brad Bird.
Okay, but wasn't he attached at some point?
I think so, but I think he... I don't know, I think he left that project early.
Maybe he left to make Jungle Book.
Yeah,
because I'm sure that took a while.
Yeah.
And they were like, alright, that was a good decision, Mr. Favreau. Just don't make Swingers, too. That'd be weird for all of us.
It would be weird.
Instead, make Chef.
Which, I love Chef.
It's a great movie.
And actually, I've watched the Netflix series. It's not too bad.
He's got a series of it?
Oh yeah, on Netflix they did, not as like a fictional series, but about the actual cooks and stuff like that. So it's about like the guy who taught him how to cook for Chef. The guy who taught him how to make that grilled cheese so perfectly. Yeah. He has like comedians come on. There's one episode where it's like Robert Downey and Tom Holland are like, they go to this one restaurant.
Did you call it grilled cheese?
It was grilled cheese.
It was a Cuban sandwich.
No, not that. There's a part in the movie where he makes a grilled cheese for his son.
Oh, okay.
And
that's fair. I'll allow this because I don't.
No, I remember the Cubana sandwich. That was amazing.
Cubana.
That's what it is, sir.
Tim adding a little Latin flair.
I know, but it's actually kind of fun. They make certain dishes from, I guess, the Chef movie, but like teach you actually how to make them, and then they go to like a couple restaurants that are like pretty cool.
That's why I haven't watched it, because I would have probably thought, oh, it's going to teach me to cook?
Yeah, it's not really teaching you how to cook. It's them cracking wise. I forget, they had a couple of comedians on, what's his name? I think he's like not an Irish comedian, more like a New York comedian. But, like a couple of those guys, but there's one episode where I forget where they eat at this one restaurant.
I'm just going to assume it's Dennis Leary.
No, it's not Dennis
Unless you
Leary.
tell me otherwise.
It's not.
So it's Dennis Leary.
I'm pretty sure it's Bill Burr.
Dennis Leary and Bill Burr.
Dennis Leary and
Bill Burr is a Boston guy.
Yeah.
Which you felt.
Is he Boston?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
I'm pretty sure it's Bill Burr because he saw the chef and he was like, I want to know how to make that grilled cheese sandwich. It looked delicious.
That's a pretty good Bill Burr.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was awful.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. If you don't know who Bill Burr is,
go look him up.
Tim did a great impression. If you know who Bill Burr is, you know.
And
maybe
if you don't know who it is, if you don't know who he is, that was a great impression. If you do know who he is, it's awful.
He's also
I'm really tired.
He might be the top comedian, I think, right now.
I'd say name recognition at least.
Not just I mean talent. Like
he's played a lot of stuff.
I'm not talking the acting. I'm talking actual.
Yeah, I mean he's done. I think he has like 3 or 4 Netflix specials.
He has that. He has his show on Netflix.
Right.
F is for Family.
Right.
I think he might be one of the top working today. I mean, you still got your legends up there like your Chris Rock, but Bill Burr, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's the Robert Zemeckis of comedians.
Oh, you loving that Robert Zemeckis stuff? Yeah.
We had a discussion earlier about how he's completely talented, but he never really gets recognition for it.
As a director, he's never been pigeonholed into a certain series. He's very much a kind of a Renaissance director.
I wouldn't say that though. He did the Back to the Future movies.
What, you'd say he's pigeonholed into that?
I'm not saying, but I mean, I'm sure at one point they attempted to do that, and he was like, "You know what I could do? What lies beneath, guys?
Yeah,
this is scary stuff with old people."
I love that movie. It's a great movie. Old people. Well,
Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford.
Well, at that time they weren't that old.
They were still old.
They were still kind of old.
She was like 50.
I think that was like Miranda Otto's like first movie too.
Probably.
I think she played the neighbor.
I know that there's one really loud moment in that movie.
Yeah.
Because I used to work in a movie theater.
Oh yes.
And you could always tell when the movie was like 20 minutes from over, because there's this really loud noise and a scream. And you hear nothing else for the rest of the movie. It's really like quiet other than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but Robert Zemeckis, check out his movies. They're really good.
And his podcast.
He has a podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was about to say, I didn't know that. I would listen to the crap out of that.
Don't listen to any Bill Burr audio.
Yes. But so Spider-Man, Sony, we don't know where they're going to go with this. They could honestly just make animated Spider-Man movies, or they could just maybe it's time to take that step and go, hey, Miles Morales, I'd like to do a live action one. I mean, we've seen Uncle Ben die like a million times. I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to do it into the Spider-Verse live action kind of version of that, but not into this. They'll ruin it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Sony will do anything, but I mean, they're going to have Jared Leto be Morbius, the living vampire.
Jared Leto?
Yeah.
Isn't Morbius tough?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Nope, you didn't miss anything.
Jared Leto's literally in every one of his roles.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that gets beat up, or he's the guy that like he's thin and weird.
Yes. Sometimes.
I don't think I've ever seen him. Give me a minute. I have to think.
Lord of War?
Does he know how to act?
Oh yeah. He's actually a pretty good actor.
When?
Sometimes. Like, he's like hit or miss. Like, sometimes you'll be like...
Lord of War, he's crying for half the movie. What are you talking about?
But that's kind of his role.
He's a crying drug addict.
Yeah.
For some reason, he inserted himself in like a completely different movie. Like, Lord of War is this sarcastic, pseudo-dark comedy.
Yeah.
And
Idris Elba's in that too, right?
Probably.
I think he plays...
Are you sure you're not thinking of the other movie about the African children?
The child soldiers one. I forget what that's called. Maybe I'm crossing.
Because he was in that, yeah.
That's more recent though.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
But no, Jared Leto sucks. Confirmed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he kill your kitten?
No, he's just not good.
All right.
I don't know. I watched him get murdered by Patrick Bateman. I watched him get beat up by Brad Pitt or Edward Norton. Edward Norton, I think, beat him up.
Oh yeah, he was the blonde.
Yeah, he wanted to destroy something beautiful.
Yeah, Frosted Tips, pretty boy. It was not pretty after Edward Norton beat the crap out of him.
I watched him dye his hair green as the Joker and have a bunch of weird tattoos and be uninteresting, I would say.
Yeah, it was a weird version of... I still think that's probably one of the weirdest versions they've done of the Joker.
Until October.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I think that's more of like they wanted to remake the old Martin Scorsese movie.
King of Comedy?
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with the Joker?
Which has nothing to do with the Joker, but they're like, why don't we do that? Make a Joker, because that's, honestly, is genius, because that movie's going to cost probably, like, let's say it's $40 to $50 million. At least that. I'd say maybe even less. And they're going to make...
To make that movie?
They'll make hundreds of millions.
That movie looks like it's going to be made for $4 million.
No, it's not made for...
What else? What's going on in that movie that's costing money?
Joaquin... Like, the actors in it will cost money. Joaquin Phoenix, De Niro doesn't... For less.
The smartest thing those actors say is, give me 1% of the gross.
That is true. I would definitely take that. I would take that deal.
Or
because
5%.
Because they are going to make so much money off that
movie.
Right,
so then they don't have to pay them. They pay them scale, and they give them 5% of the gross, and then boom, this movie that costs $4 million, because there's, aside from the actors. Okay,
that's what let's say. Probably the production, probably $4 or $5 million. The actors are what costs. I guarantee that's probably like that'll be like the major costs.
Is Joaquin Phoenix worth that much money?
He's an Oscar winner.
But he's also a flake.
But he pulls in good performances.
Does he?
He does.
He whispers.
He does whisper.
I hate him.
Jeez. You hate Jared Leto. Is it you hate all the Jokers? What about Heath Ledger? You got something wrong with him too?
No, I didn't hate you.
Cesar Romero?
No, Cesar Romero.
Jack Nicholson, do you hate him?
No. I actually want to see more Jack Nicholson, but he's retired, I guess. It was just, I don't know. I've always said this about Joaquin Phoenix, though. All he does is whisper. He whispers at you. And then they give him Walk the Line, and he, sang. And then he whispered more in other movies. And he acted super crazy, and then that took hold.
I don't know. When he did Her, I thought that was a good movie.
Swing Away.
Oh, well, we won't go into that because I like that movie. I like that movie.
It's fine. The movie's fine. It's just not... He's not the good part of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's not the main character anyways.
No. M. Night Shyamalan is.
Yeah. For like the 30 seconds he's in it. No.
It's like the water. It hurts them. Thanks.
No.
Thanks for giving us this MacGuffin.
Yeah.
You
know, I thought of, isn't the little girl from that, isn't she the girl from Zombieland?
Probably.
And Zombieland 2?
Wait a minute.
Isn't that her?
Little Miss Sunshine? Abigail Breslin?
Isn't she the girl from
In
Zombieland?
Signs?
Isn't that her?
Maybe. I don't know. It's been so long. I just
Too
know
bad
it's Little Miss Sunshine.
We have no way to look this up.
That's right.
But it's okay. I'm pretty sure it's her. But
did she start out there? That's even worse.
She was a little kid. She did a great job.
Did everybody but Mel Gibson have a career after that movie?
Yep.
I'm trying to think. He had Passion of the Christ, I guess, after that, but when did his careers?
He's still doing movies here and there.
Yeah, I wanted to see that new one he did. He did one with Vince Vaughn. It's like 3 hours long, though.
Oh, really?
And it's like a cop thriller called Dragged Across Concrete.
Okay. I bet it's probably pretty good. And honestly, if you ever saw The Beaver, it does an amazing job of that.
Yeah.
That is a odd, weird movie, but really good.
So, I would like to have his acting out of Joaquin Phoenix, and then just hate one cohesive person for 2 reasons. Is that possible? Think about it. Because I think we can agree that Mel Gibson is a big jerk.
Yes.
For a lot of reasons. But his acting is good.
Yes.
And Joaquin Phoenix is a terrible actor.
I don't agree
about that.
I do not agree with that.
But I'm sure he's a good person. Maybe.
Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know the guy personally.
Right now in California, Joaquin Phoenix is kicking a homeless man in the face.
No, he isn't.
You don't know
that? You're right. I don't know that, but as a hypothetical, I don't think that's happening. But, so, things that are happening, just to jump back in, we go on so many tangents. So, Netflix just announced, I think it's called PowerCon, which is the big Masters of the Universe convention they have every year.
Oh.
I think it's there are like 17 of them now. I don't know. It's been going on for a while.
People care?
Oh, people love them some Masters of the Universe.
Dolph Lundgren, I know.
Yeah, he shows up there. And apparently scares the maid service with showing up to the door naked. Yeah.
Is that a thing he does?
That is a thing he does.
Why? Oh, because he's super smart.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yep.
Apparently he's like some sort of physicist or something. Like
is he?
Yeah, he's got like some sort of crazy education.
Okay. Did he get in Atlantis?
No, in like wherever he's from. Is it Sweden? Norway?
I forget.
Finland? Brazil?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Russia. It's Praga.
He's not Russian.
He is totally Russian. He is 100% Russian.
He's not Russian. I've never seen him in a hurry.
That's good. But anyways, so Masters of the Universe, the big announcement was Kevin Smith show-running Masters of the Universe for Netflix. It's going to be Masters of the Universe Revelations. And they say that they're talking about it being very on board with the previous Funimation stuff that they did way back when, it's kind of like a continuation of that, which I don't know how that's going to work because it's going to be done by the guys who did the Castlevania animated show for Netflix, and that is very much close to anime version of that kind of series.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how that's going to work. Because it's definitely not going to be the She-Ra look. Because I think they kind of want to gear that more towards younger kids. But this one seems a little bit more serious. And it's got some great... Mark Bernardin, great writer. He's like a comic writer, news stuff, and he also did Castle Rock with J.J. Abrams. I think he's worked on a couple other shows. I think he worked on the new what is it? I think it's going to be a Netflix series on the Jason Bourne one. I think it's going to be Treadstone, I think it's called.
Well, that would make sense.
Because that's like how they made their Jason Bournes or whatever they did.
Is it going to have Hawkeye in it?
I have no idea.
This poor Jason Bourne movie nobody wanted to watch.
I know. It was actually good.
Yeah,
it was decent. I liked it.
I'll interrupt for a second.
Okay.
According to a biography, Lundgren has a master's degree in chemical engineering, and he was a recipient of a Fulbright scholarship at MIT.
Really?
Yeah, but Ivan Drago.
Wow.
Yeah, just saying.
Wow. So does he teach anywhere?
Just a pretty face.
No. Well, does he teach anywhere now, or does he just do that?
He just that was in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's been smart forever.
Well, yeah. All right.
Just saying.
All right. So, yeah. Just don't go to his hotel room.
Yeah, don't do that.
If he asks for room service, just tell him to come pick it up.
Yeah.
Or just knock on the door and run.
Yeah, just leave it outside.
Yeah. But, so they're doing a Master Universe cartoon. I'm interested to see how it goes.
Is he going to be 12?
I don't think so.
Because I feel like that She-Ra is supposed to be, like, really young, right?
She's supposed to be younger, but I think more like teenage young.
But they're not going to make it a thing where they interconnect?
I don't think so. Even though it is kind of interconnected, I don't know. I don't get how that all works. But apparently this one will be close to what the original show was, and all the other versions that they've done lately. I don't know. So I'm interested to see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be good. If not, it'll be amusing to watch. So there's that. And also with other characters that have just come out with certain things. So the new Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
Just got a new... What is it?
Well, they announced and showed the rest of the DLC characters from Combat Pack 1.
Yeah. And that's their thing. They love doing these combat packs. Not really sure, like, how many do they do usually per game?
Well, they did 2 for Injustice. I'd imagine 2 for MK.
Okay.
Because what it does is it tides it over for 2 years until the next game comes out. So Injustice 2 came out 2 years before Mortal Kombat, or about.
Right.
And then Mortal Kombat 11, this will hold it for the 2 years. By the time they release all the characters, it'll keep it interesting and updated.
Right.
Retention's 100% what most games are about now. Because you don't want to be that studio that puts out Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and it's dead within a few weeks.
Yeah.
That game was rough.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, how bad?
Like, bad. Like, there might not be another Marvel vs. Capcom because it was that bad.
That's terrible.
Well, they did awful things. I don't know, it was rushed, it was bad, it was just...
People just didn't catch on.
There were no X-Men because that was before the Fox deal.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And they just didn't want anything. Like, you had a Marvel vs. Capcom game and you weren't pushing Wolverine.
Really?
Yeah, because there's no Wolverine in it.
There's no Wolverine in a Marvel vs. Capcom game?
There's no Gambit. There's no Cyclops.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's in it because he's MCU. At that point, you had Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Mega Man. Like, you had characters from different things, but it took all the fun that was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Right.
And they were just like, what are you doing? You're ridiculous. And then they Joaquin Phoenixed it.
Oh my god.
And they just whispered some nonsense.
That's not a thing. Stop trying to make that a thing.
It's a thing now.
Stop trying to make fetch happen, Bob.
Has he ever made a joke?
He did do that weird thing for a while where he like grew out his beard and said he was going to start being a rapper.
Yeah, but was that a joke? I'm trying to think if Joaquin Phoenix has a sense of humor.
Maybe that's what this movie's actually about. The Joker really doesn't have a sense of humor.
Just saying, because, I mean, he is the Joker.
The Joker.
I feel like I remember every other actor that played the Joker laughing at one point in their career.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of a single time Joaquin Phoenix has laughed.
He's laughed.
Has he?
I've seen him laugh.
Name one time.
You really hate Joaquin Phoenix. You're biased. Let it go. As the song says, let it go.
You know what the worst part is? The worst part is he.
Did you really hate him?
He was in Walk the Line.
Yeah.
Right? Who played June Carter Cash?
Oh, Reese Witherspoon.
That's right.
What's wrong with
They're
Reese?
both. We had a whole podcast about how awful she is.
I know she is not awful. You really hate on her, but I just watched her in Big Little Lies.
Did she laugh?
There was some laughing.
Did she laugh?
Yes.
Okay. But did he?
All right, moving along.
Reese Witherspoon is the new Joker.
Oh my god. You need to let it go. It's too much.
I don't think so.
Too much.
I would watch her play the Joker. It would be original.
Alright.
It's gotta.
But you know what else has the Joker in it?
The
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat.
Season Pass.
Yes.
So speaking of Mortal Kombat Season Pass, they showed off all these awesome characters. Nice segue.
I try.
Yeah, that was Paul Blart level segueing.
Yeah.
So,
we're like just blurting stuff out. You know what else has the Joker in it? This thing.
So, in this Season Pass, they had already announced, I think, most of the characters, but they have Spawn, who looks really good.
He looks good. I like that version of Spawn.
Sindel, who's Sindel. Nightwolf, who's Nightwolf.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 Mortal Kombat characters, and Shang Tsung, who is the actor that played him from the 90s movie.
Really?
Yes.
That guy?
It's that guy.
That's funny. I like that actor.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
He was in the game from the beginning, but not playable. They had him in the crypt, like you could go there and
Oh yeah, because that's
cash in your
sense.
coins and do whatever.
Right.
So he's already there and modeled. All they needed to do was program the fight, I guess, or they probably did, and they were just like, "We'll charge you money now." I get that. And then they also announced Terminator.
Yes.
And
it looks amazing. I have to say it's like a T2 kind of version of the.
But he looks
Arnold.
older.
He looks older, but he's like definitely got the one section of the face missing, kind of.
Which will probably happen in the new movie before he dies, 30 seconds in. Yeah.
Thumbs up, buddy.
Has he not died in... Which one did he not die in? 3? Did he die in Genesis? We all died in Genesis.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't think I watched Genesis.
You didn't?
You told me about it.
With Khaleesi?
No, definitely didn't watch the Khaleesi one.
Wiz Khaleesi?
Oh, man.
That was a rough movie. Hey, you know who can't act?
Who?
The bigger guy that played in that movie. That played John McClane's son in the 5th Die Hard movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just terrible. He's also terrible.
Was he the dude from Pet Sematary?
No, it's the other guy. You're thinking the guy from Zero Dark 30.
Okay.
Who's a good actor.
Yes.
And from the Planet of the Apes movie. Like
Okay,
he's a solid actor. I'm talking about the guy who started on Spartacus as the best friend. Or the friend that he meets in like season 1.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
That guy is he John Connor or is he's Kyle Reese? Is it Kyle Reese?
I think it's Kyle. I forget. It's been a while.
But he's the guy that goes back in time
To
in
save.
Terminator 1.
Right.
But they brought him back, made him way more jacked than he ever was.
Mm.
And they put this terrible actor in the role who they could have picked out almost any. They could have had Sam Worthington back and nobody would have noticed.
Yeah, nobody would have noticed.
But yeah, he's just She's terrible. Like, and then you put him next to Khaleesi, who looks like she's 12 years old.
Which is really weird. Like, she looked so young in that, and I'm just like, I've seen her in, like, other roles, and I don't know what it is about that one, but, like, really young. Like, super young. I don't know when they shot that, but, like, it almost looked like pre-Game of Thrones. Like, that she looked, like, younger than that part.
They probably did. And they had... That was the one with the CG Terminator? No, the CG Terminator was 4.
Well, technically, T2 has a CG Terminator.
No, I'm talking... Oh, did you see the one that came before that, Salvation?
Is that the one with Christian Bale?
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen that.
I'm talking, like, where they just put in a completely computer-generated Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And had him fight.
That was weird. I was just like, that's so weird. But it was weird to see, like, young Arnold again.
But it wasn't.
But they use that so often now. It's so, like,
but it looked
Arnold.
terrible then.
Yeah.
It was like Scorpion King level.
Not that bad. I think you're remembering Scorpion King more fondly.
No. It was bad.
The Mummy.
The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first Mummy.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so...
Awful.
He looks much better than he did in any of the movies.
Okay.
In this Combat Pass. And then they have the Joker. And that's weird and whatever. It makes sense, though, because they do Injustice, so they have crossovers now.
Yeah. And it's funny, it looks like the version of the Joker that's in the Justice League books they're doing now. So it's like, what's his name? I think it's George Jimenez is the artist on that. Does an amazing job. That guy's work is outstanding. I've always thought, like, that guy deserves to be on, like, a Justice League kind of book. But his version of the Joker kind of looks like that a little bit.
You know who it doesn't look like?
Who?
Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Why are you gonna say that?
It just doesn't, I'm just saying. Because the Terminator looks spot on like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then they have the Joker there. And they could have easily done it because it's cross-promotion, right? It's...
True.
The Schwarzenegger Terminator comes out and hey look, the T-800's in this game, guys.
Right.
Oh look, the Joker movie's coming out. Here's a completely different Joker.
They could do another skin.
But they won't. Because doing another skin for that requires them to pay him.
Right.
And they need to know that they're going to recuperate that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
who wants to be him? Nobody. Yeah. Like, you needed to pay. The way that would be a good business model is if they put Joaquin Phoenix in the Combat Pass, and you needed to pay to not look like that awful Joker. He just comes out on the stage, he's like, hey, I want to see a magic trick.
But that's not his thing.
No, he whispers.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not his line.
Does he have any lines? Put on a happy face.
Yes. I know. So the Combat Pass looks interesting. I'll be interested to see who they have come out next. But I finally saw a wonderful movie. It's a heartwarming buddy comedy.
Really?
It's about family. It's about having hearts and learning to cooperate together to defeat Idris Elba, who is the Black Superman.
He is Black Superman.
They say it like 20 times. Like, I'm just like, okay, guys, we get it. It's okay. But, let's just say, genocide, schmenocide. Nobody else could have sold me that line but Idris Elba. And just that movie in general is just amazing. I'm glad I finally got to see it. You've been, like, keeping a lid on it for a while.
Yeah, I couldn't spoil anything.
I know.
Because there's cameos.
There's a lot of cameos, but spoiler alert, we're going to spoil the crap out of this movie. And if you haven't seen it, why? What's wrong with you? Go to the theater, see this movie. It's amazing. I don't care if you've seen 0 Fast and the Furious movies. You don't need to.
You don't, because it's almost like they went to a different universe. They went into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like that.
And they all have superpowers now. Before, I would argue that most of the people in Fast and the Furious,
yes,
were people.
At one point, maybe. Not anymore.
Well, there were people.
We're gonna jump cars out of planes because that makes sense.
But I'm not saying the stunts. I'm saying the people acted like people, except until The Rock entered the fray.
Yeah, I have to say that's when things kind of went crazy.
Because they bled before then. Is there even blood in the movies anymore? Does anybody bleed?
Yes. When the girl injects herself, there's blood with the virus.
But that's not really bleeding.
Yeah. And there's, like, I remember there's a part... Alright, well, we'll get into the movie, but there's a part where Hattie, who is Shaw's sister, hits The Rock in the face with a bottle, and it does cut his cheek. Okay, but I don't remember that cut staying around for very long.
The Rock, you can't damage The Rock.
That's right. His healing factor just regenerates.
We're talking about the man who broke a cast by flexing.
That's right. And picked up a missile launcher. Or no, was it a missile?
I believe it might have been the Gatling gun.
The Gatling
or whatever
gun from
you
the
call
helicopter.
It, off the bottom of a helicopter.
For some reason, I thought he picked up a missile or something and threw it at somebody.
He probably does in one of them. This is The Rock.
It is.
He has the only F-bomb in one of the Fast and the Furious movies, and I think the only F-bomb in this one too.
Was it?
I think so. Because the introduction of The Rock is him meeting up with that girl who will eventually be Vin Diesel's second love interest.
That's right.
And him saying to her boss, "Stay the F out of my way."
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That's it. That's and then he goes to fight Vin Diesel.
That's right.
And nobody loses.
Nobody loses because that's the thing. Which I always thought that was stupid.
You know what it is? I think the Fast and the Furious movies, and bear with me, if you guys are gamers, you'll understand this, have become Spider-Man friend or foe.
Oh, okay.
And do you know the concept behind that game?
I do. I remember playing that game.
Well, in case they don't.
Yes.
You're Spider-Man.
That's right.
And you go around fighting bad guys like Doc Ock and like Electro or whoever.
Right.
And when you fight them and beat them up, they team up with you.
That's right. You can use them and use their powers and stuff.
So do you think Vin Diesel just played that and he was like, "This is Fast and the Furious now"?
Who knows?
He's a gamer. But why did he choose that game? Because it's notoriously bad. Vin, where's your Street Sharks commercial?
Oh wait, that and the fact that every time he would do voice acting, he'd be like, "So what's my motivation for what I'm saying here? You're making an emotional plea to your friend to come and help you," and he's like, "Okay, I got this. I am Groot. I am Groot."
Oh, you didn't change the inflection on the Groots?
I don't know. It just.
I mean, at one point he had to stand on the line. He had "We are Groot."
It's true.
That moment made me tear up.
It does. It's good. And you think he's dead for 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's just back.
Yeah.
You can't kill Groot.
Yeah, I was like, they're not killing that character. People love that character.
He is the best.
He is. It'll be great when they make the Guardians 3.
Yeah, in whenever. 2038.
After Suicide Squad, after whatever.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because
that's where
James Gunn's going to go work with whatever his name is again. I forgot his name already.
Yeah.
What's his name again? The singer that calls himself an actor.
Jared Leto? How could you forget your hate friend? You run his hate
That's how memorable
club.
he is. I don't hate him as much as I hate Joaquin Phoenix's awful act.
But yeah, so but we're getting way off of what we need to be talking about, which is Hobbs and Shaw. So I thought the premise of this was gold from the beginning, because they are really kind of opposites, but are the same kind of thing in weird ways. But I love the there's so much actual funny insults in this, it is worth it just for that part alone. Like, you could forget that this is, like, they're blowing stuff up and there's crazy action and blah, blah, blah. But the fact how much they hate each other and how much they just, like, constantly just insulting each other back and forth, back and forth. Like, I can't even say it, but it's the part where they're facing each other and The Rock says, "Looking at you makes me want to cry." Like, that whole back and forth that they have is amazing. I fully endorse this movie. Just on that alone. It makes you laugh.
It does. It makes you laugh. Sometimes it makes you cry.
Sometimes it makes you cry. A little bit of family.
Sometimes there's awesome cameos.
There is. Ryan Reynolds shows up.
I bet you... you know who it could be?
Who? Oh, so there's a disembodied voice that might be the big villain. Is kind of like the... I guess you call it the Cobra Commander of whatever evil death cult. Which is basically G.I. Joe Cobras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just wanted to continue G.I. Joe.
It's 100% what it is.
What if he's just playing the same character?
Oh, you mean that we don't know that it's actually he's Roadblock again? Be amazing. I can't wait.
I mean, I don't think I could drive through him.
Yeah.
So I'd call him a Roadblock.
I call him Roadblock.
What if it's Jack Black?
This is a theory I've heard, but I do not believe it is Jack Black.
They seem to like each other.
That would be interesting. And a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun in this is also cameos from Ryan Reynolds. Cameos from Kevin Hart. I'm trying to think. There's like a few even well, this is not a huge one, but the guy from Deadpool 2 who played what was his name? Steve?
Yeah, the guy who joins up with the squad.
The mustache guy.
I completely forgot that was him. I think Ryan Reynolds just brought him along.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, I've got this buddy who can play a CIA agent. It'll be great." Because they're funny together too. So
yeah, they could do it. Do you think they'll have the Fast and the Furious presents Ryan Reynolds and that guy?
No, it'll be Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Hart before anything else.
But they don't know each other.
Well, they'll get introduced. That'll be the next movie. They'll get introduced, and then they'll have another offshoot. Fast and Furious presents.
They have to beat each other up.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
whatever that's gonna be.
I mean, I don't think height seems to matter to them.
Jumanji. That was the other one I couldn't think of. Central Intelligence and the new Jumanji.
Yeah,
movies.
I knew they had worked together twice.
Yeah, well now 3 times.
Yeah,
because they're doing another Jumanji.
Well, yeah,
of course.
Because it was great.
It
made a lot of money. A lot of money. A ton of money.
Yeah.
Like a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah. I think they also shot that one in Hawaii.
I would imagine that's the perfect place to shoot something like that.
Yeah.
What if it was The Rock? Work with me.
Mm-hmm.
King of the Monsters.
I would watch that movie.
I mean, we almost had it with Rampage.
Almost. Like, honestly, if the Rampage... Which is also funny, Idris Elba, Pacific Rim. We could have a full-on crossover.
Oh my God.
Pacific Rim, Rampage, Godzilla.
That's the perfect movie.
It is.
I'm writing that down.
Presented by Fast and Furious Presents.
Vin Diesel.
So many concepts.
As a street shark.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm surprised he's not tried to produce that movie.
What, Street Sharks?
Street Sharks.
I think he probably wants to forget that. That's like a joke.
Oh, he might want to, but the internet has a very long memory.
I want to see Find Me Guilty too. The one where he actually tried to act.
With Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
I love that movie. He was okay in it, but like the better stuff was Peter Dinklage and Dinklebot. Because I don't think he was even on... I don't remember him on Game of Thrones yet.
No, he wasn't. It was, I think, after the one that kind of got him started, oh my God, the one that was filmed actually in New Jersey. Oh, why am I blanking?
Not Death at a Funeral.
No, he was in the one with, It's gonna plague me. But he got started with like this one movie. It was an indie film.
Oh, okay. He's from New Jersey.
Yeah. But I would love to see The Rock punch everything.
Yes, and should punch everything,
including Godzilla.
Yeah. I mean, he could just pick up a missile launcher from a helicopter and shoot at him.
He could. He very much could. I think he's only made one movie that hasn't been phenomenal.
Who?
The Rock. How many bad movies can you think of that he made? Station Agent, by the way, was the name of the film.
Okay.
And after that, it was like Elf, and he was like, a joke because he's short for a while, and then
right. He was good on Elf too.
Yeah, but then Find Me Guilty, and I would say Find Me Guilty was what made him famous.
Really?
No,
I was
not true. It's definitely Station Agent.
Exactly.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Rampage 2.
Rampage 2. But
oh my god.
What?
Pacific Rim Page.
Or just Pacific Rampage.
No. It's not as good. Not feeling it?
No.
The second one was so bad.
No.
Think about how much better this would have been than the second Pacific Rim. I don't even remember the name of it.
The second Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Was it Uprising?
Maybe. But you remember it.
No. Was it Uprising?
I think it might have been. How did they think that would play out?
I don't know.
It's not as bad as Independence Day 2. Which I don't think you've seen yet.
Oh, you told me, and I've seen enough clips. I'm just like, I don't need to see this movie. I'm good.
But imagine if giant monsters had to fight giant kaiju.
That's right.
And then they teamed up against The Rock. And
I always bet on The Rock.
And The Rock, for no reason. I don't want this movie to explain it. I'm writing this script right now before your eyes.
Well, you know what this movie's going to be called? Shazam 2.
That would be great. But what if The Rock is just giant and they never explain it?
It's just like, all of a sudden they're like in the middle of like buildings and he's just walking out behind a skyscraper and he's ginormous.
He has been known to walk that way before.
It could just be simple explanation. He got some more of those rampage chemicals spilled on him, and it makes you huge because that's what happened to all those animals.
No, I don't want an explanation. I just want The Rock walking tall.
Okay,
get it?
Yeah,
because he was in that.
He was,
and no explanation. I think no explanation is the best explanation for that.
And honestly, we could definitely throw in Jason Statham too, because if you remember, Crank 2,
it's canon.
Crank
but
2,
he has to wear that costume. He can talk like Chef Chelios, but he has to wear the costume. Ask me if I remember Crank 2.
Yeah. Who could forget that? The movie was insanity.
It's great.
It's so good.
What's this movie rated that we're making? I think PG-13.
No, PG. We want the kids to go. No blood.
No monster blood.
No blood. You don't need blood.
No, I mean nobody loses. They just team up.
That's right.
And then they get into a GTO at the end, and they drive off together. A giant GTO, and they just fly. Like they drive forward so fast, they hit the NOS, and they just fly into space.
Well, honestly,
and The Rock says, "Where we're going, we don't need roads."
Oh my god. Honestly, the way the Fast and Furious movies are going, I would fully expect them to be space, be the next thing. It's like there's like, I don't know, something that they have to, a death cult on the moon.
I didn't even think about it. What if it's Charlize Theron?
Oh, was the disembodied voice? I don't think it's her. Well, you know what? Could be Gal Gadot. We never really saw her die. Everybody who just falls off screen.
She's too busy.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, they can't get Wonder Woman back.
Yeah, but how do you have her fight The Rock?
Do it. We might have that anyways. I mean, if they make a Shazam movie where he's in it as Black Adam.
Do you think that's her origin story? She somehow gets amnesia and ends up on the island after the events of the Fast and Furious.
Yes. That's amnesia just happens.
Yeah, it happened several times in those. Look at Michelle Rodriguez. She didn't know.
So awful.
No, this is great. Pacific Rim page.
Yeah. Sounds horrible.
I'm gonna write this.
I hope so. But yeah, so what were your favorite parts of Hobbs and Shaw?
Oh man. I honestly, one of the first fight scenes with them in the movie, the office fight scene.
Oh, not the one where they're in it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
I was gonna
really
say because they have that weird let's introduce who The Rock is. Let's introduce who Jason Statham is.
That was pretty good. That one and the fight scene before the chase, where they're just sneaking around in the military base.
Oh, okay.
That one was really good. I like that one too.
You didn't like it where they smash Idris Elba with a cooling tower?
That was pretty good too. And he just walks out like the Terminator.
Yeah. But then they did that weird thing with his spine that kind of grossed me out. I was like, ugh, it's gross.
Well, he's
a bionic man.
He is. He is Black Superman. Black Super Bionic Man. Commando. So, the kaiju are going to come up from the Pacific Rim, and they're going to accidentally scratch The Rock's car.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and you don't do that.
Not one of his new trucks.
Or they step on the diner that he likes to go to for pancakes. Way too many pancakes.
But honestly, I've seen videos where after one of his workouts or whatever, he'll eat 6 pizzas.
Yeah, well, he has to.
Ridiculous amount of calories he has to eat. So that stack of pancakes was probably they were oh, craft services is going to bring these pancakes over. Let's just put it in the movie. That is a huge amount of pancakes. And then he eats his daughter's food, apparently. Yep. That poor girl is going to have to fight for every scrap of food in this family.
She is. I wouldn't want to grow up with The Rock.
Yeah.
Every time you got in the car, it would tilt.
He's probably a food hoarder.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, she's probably a food hoarder.
She's got it squirreled away in her backpack.
That's right.
She probably carried a backpack around. I don't remember.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know. It was weird that most of the scenes with the daughter, besides the diner stuff, it was just all Skyping with her. After they basically shut down Idris Elba, it's just there was no hey, let's see what she's doing.
There's the after credit scene.
Oh, there is an after credit scene with her?
Yeah, he gets a call from Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
He's with the daughter.
Gotcha. Which makes sense.
And she gets a call from Ryan Reynolds too. First, she picks up the phone, I think.
Well, I thought isn't he listening in on their phone conversations?
Probably. He's a weirdo. He's hilarious in that movie.
He is. The whole we're best friends. The whole that angle. It was almost kind of a little bit of Deadpool in there.
Yeah, he's good. I think he's just a funny guy.
He is. He's a good.
He would have been a good Joker.
That would have been interesting.
He's too jacked.
He is really jacked. I think he'd have to slender down. When they did that remake of Amityville Horror,
yeah.
He really I have to say that was probably some of the best acting I've seen him do. He was generally terrifying.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Yeah, so he can play it all ways.
You know what he doesn't do all the time?
What?
Whisper.
On this again. So that was your favorite fight?
I think so. That one and Yeah, I would say so. What about you?
I do like the Office one, mainly because they just get in each other's faces over everything.
And her. Like her getting out of the cuffs?
Yeah. I thought that was good. And I like the part right before that where he's like, if that woman moves, you shoot her in the face. And she's like, you can't do that. She's like, no, you shoot her in the face. You empty that clip into her face. I love that part. I was like, that's actually pretty funny. They have a good chemistry with that. And I don't know. I thought trying to think of all the fights, but the fight on the island was pretty good. And I liked that it was not just a shoot 'em fest. I get why they're trying to go away from guns a little bit, because it just doesn't make sense in that universe anyways, because apparently everybody's bulletproof. But I like that there was a different kind of fight for Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Yeah, they hadn't done one of those since The Rock was tackling Vin Diesel through buildings in Brazil.
Yes. But nobody was hurt.
Nope. And Vin Diesel, the whole time they were shooting, was on a stepladder.
Yeah.
Or a crate, whatever he's on.
He's got to be standing on a box.
A pile of street sharks.
A box of street sharks that he carries around with him.
He does.
But yeah, because him and The Rock are not eye to eye.
No.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
But I don't think Jason Statham is either. I think Jason Statham isn't that tall.
Yeah, but they don't try to make him taller, though. They put him next to The Rock. He looks like his normal height.
The Rock is 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
I feel like they're still making Jason Statham look taller.
Maybe.
I mean, they definitely didn't try to make the girl look taller when The Rock has her in a chokehold.
Yes, which that was one of my favorite fights. The fight where she's trying to run away from him and just throwing everything she can at him, and The Rock just shrugging it off. When she threw the battery at him, I was like, alright, that's weird. But yeah. There's so many good things in that.
They're heavy as heck. It makes sense.
Yeah. And the fact that the fight ends with just The Rock lifting her up in the air. Yeah.
Just out of arm's reach, just she can't do anything.
Yeah, and then put some cuffs on her. Takes her in.
Tiny baby cuffs compared to The Rock.
Yeah. Well, everything's tiny compared to that guy. But no, I have to say, this was a great addition into the Fast and Furious kind of things. They should have done it a lot sooner. I know there was conflicts why they couldn't because of certain people, but
Tyrese.
Yes, I'm sure it was Tyrese, crying that he wasn't in this movie.
Yeah.
But I hope they do 20 of these, because I'll watch Jason Statham and The Rock insult each other back and forth for hours, because it's so amusing.
Hobbs and Shaw and Ryan Reynolds. That would be what it's called.
Hobbs and Shaw and Kevin Hart.
They just throw him at the bad guys.
Yes.
I'm sure he's probably jacked for his height.
Yeah. I don't know. He looks like he's in shape.
Yeah.
I could see him in this Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
And that all Fast and Furious movies, there's a part with Nas.
Yeah, there had to be.
Which is surprising. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. This does have Fast and Furious stuff in it.
That and the car chase with the motorcycles, I think. But they were...
That was good.
Yeah, that
was... With his super smart cycle or whatever it was.
It's crazy.
Transformer. Somebody else pointed this out, I had recently heard, and they were completely right when I was listening to the movie. That is the sound effect from the Transformers.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's transforming awesome. Sound effect. I'm just like, oh, alright. Yeah, they were completely right about that.
They can do it, they can do it.
They can. Alright, so, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, there's no question.
Now, what would you think? Because we're getting into spoiler territory here. They defeat Idris Elba. Big surprise. But Idris Elba is... What is it? Exion?
Whatever.
Exion? Whatever their death cult virus-loving, like, we're going to wipe out the population to make it stronger for some weird reason. I don't know how that works. They have a disembodied voice that is a bigger villain, which apparently has history with The Rock. I thought it was his father. Maybe.
Who's his father?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. There's that whole big, like, monologue he gives about, like, hey, I turned in my father, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
But his father was just stealing cars.
It gets bigger and bigger. Remember that they were, in the first Fast and Furious, they were stealing, like, DVD, TV combo players or something like that.
It was just DVD players.
Was it just DVD players?
Yeah, they were looking for DVD players.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, Paul Walker was a cop.
That's right.
Vin Diesel was a street racer and thief. Right. And that's it. Michelle Rodriguez was his girlfriend.
Yes.
It just evolved.
But now, I think they've saved the world more times than the Avengers. I'm
Probably.
I'm pretty sure.
I would say the Fast and the Furious movies tend to have more interesting villains than the Avengers.
I can see that, yeah. Like Idris Elba.
Not just him. How about Charlize Theron in the last one?
Yeah.
You had Dracula Untold. I thought he did a good job. As the other Shaw, yeah.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised he isn't back yet.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the disembodied voice. They could be anybody.
That would make sense. It's not Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren's in these.
I know. That was a weird cameo right at the beginning. They were like, hey, visit me in prison. I'm going to slip out of these cuffs.
For no reason.
For no reason. She's like, oh, I like prison. It's like retirement. She was great. I thought she did a good job.
She was good in the last one. I don't know how she got arrested, but...
Yeah. Maybe she just wanted to be.
Maybe.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie. It is hilarious, a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. You want to say anything more?
No, I think I'm good. You should, if you haven't seen it, why haven't you? Just go
exactly. See it. And so we're gonna wrap this up. As always, you can find us on, I'm at Tim Martinek on the Instagrams. Bob is.
I am on the Instagram at Bob J Martin, and I'm on the Twitter at Martin. It's MARTON. Sorry, _Bob. Forgot to say that the first time.
That's okay. Bad. You got it in there. And of course, you can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, and any. Trying to think of whatever your podcasting thing of your choice is. I know there's a couple other ones that I think we're on maybe now, but
makes sense.
Yeah, but those are our main ones that you can find us for. And just always hashtag Precarious Pixels. We didn't really talk much about design or anything this week, but we had a lot of other news to cover.
And you can find Pacific Rim Page in theaters. Holiday 2022.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do some photoshopping of that.
Can you please?
Pacific Rim Page will be definitely something I will probably post sooner or later. Pacific Rim Page. Alright, and until next time, we'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye. I came up with the C.
Just do a little redesigning with us. You can find Bob at Martin, MARTON _BOB on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinek, all one word, TIMMARTINEC. And you can join in us, have some fun, do your redesigns for this week's redesign. It's a lot of fun for us to do this, but we like to see fresh ideas and fresh artists like doing what they do as well. You can also hashtag it Precarious Pixels and we'll find it as well.